Hi, welcome to my video on the multiplication of rational numbers. Multiplication of rational numbers. Steps. Change mixed numerals to improper fractions. Makes it easier when you change your mixed numeral to improper fractions first. And one way is to multiply your numerators, which is on the top, multiply your denominators, which is on the bottom, and then simplify. But I'm going to do it two ways. This is one way, but let me show you what I'm talking about. So we have no mixed numerals, so let's multiply. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. So we multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators, and now we'll cancel. So 2 into 2 goes once, 2 into 10 goes 5. But I find that if you cancel, if you're multiplying fractions, you can cancel. I'm going to hammer that home during this video. It's extremely important. It comes up in rational expressions, comes up in calculus, it comes up everywhere. To get used to this idea, when you're multiplying fractions, you can cancel anywhere from top to bottom. Watch. If you divide, the 2 is in top in the numerator and denominator, so you can cancel. 2 into 2 goes once, 2 into 2 goes once. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 5 is 5. If you cancel before you multiply, it's way easier. B, let's multiply. Negative 21 over 6/8 or 48. So now notice the number is big. Now we got to turn around and break it down. 3 into 21 goes 7. 3 into 48 goes 16. No trouble. But when you have big numbers, it's harder to find the GCF. You got to look for 2s or 3s or 5. Look for a factor of 21 is also a factor of 48. So that, like that. But because you're multiplying, if you cancel first, anywhere, top to bottom, if you're multiplying. So 3 goes into negative 3, negative 1. 3 goes into 6 twice. Can't reduce. 7 and 8 can't reduce. So you get negative 1 times 7, negative 7. 8 times 2, 16. Much easier to cancel first. C, we have a mixed numeral. So let's change. Remember the mixed numeral? 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11 over 3, and it's negative. We multiply those two numbers and add on that one and make it negative after. Multiplied by negative 1 over 11. Now, multiply. If you multiply, you get 11 over. Negative times negative is a positive. And 3 times 11 is 33. Now, 11 and 11 goes once. 11 and 33 goes 3, so you get 1/3. But, what's the best way? Cancel before you multiply. Multiplying fractions, cancel first. 11 and 11 goes once. 11 into a negative 11 goes negative 1. And so a negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. And 3 times 1 is 3. Much easier to cancel. And D, 10 times 3/5. 10 is over 1, don't forget. Multiply, you get a negative 30 over 5. 10 times negative 3, 1 times 5. And that gives you negative 6 when you divide. But if you think about it, let's cancel. 5 into 5 goes once, 5 into 10 goes 2. You get a negative 6 over 1, which is negative 6. E, two mixed numbers. We've got to change both of them. 1 times 5 plus 2 is 7 over 5, make it negative. Times 1 times 14 is 14 plus 1 is 15 over 14, make it negative. And now if you multiply, you see that you're getting bigger numbers. So you get like 7 times 15 is 105, positive. 15 times 14 is 90. Or sorry, 70. You gotta be careful. Now I gotta reduce this down. So you see, you got 70 goes into that. Or let's divide by 5 first, because 5 is in both of them. 5 into 10 goes 2. 5 into 5 goes 1. 5 into 70 goes 14. Then 7 into that goes 3. 7 into 21 goes 3. 7 into 14 goes 2. And 3 over 2. 2 into 3 goes once and 1 left over. So watch when you cancel. Watch when you cancel. If you cancel, 7 into negative 7 goes negative 1. 7 into 14 goes 2. 5 into 5 goes once. 5 into negative 15 goes negative 3. And when you multiply, you get negative times negative is positive, so you get a 3. And 1 times 2 is 2. You get 3 over 2, which is 1 and 1/2. So much easier when you're multiplying fractions to cancel. And this one is a big number. So if you want to multiply them out, go ahead and break it down. But it's more trouble. What am I going to do? Those big numbers, I'm going to cancel. 5 into 10 goes 2. 5 into 15 goes negative 3. 11 and 11 goes once. 11 and 22 goes 2. And so what do you get? Negative 3 over 2, which is 3 goes into 2 once, 1 left over. So it's a negative 1, 1/2. The other way, you'll get big numbers and you got to break them down, and that takes time. So it's better to cancel first. Yes, I can multiply 11 by negative 15 and put it there. I can multiply 10 by 220 and put it there and keep breaking it down. Go ahead. But it takes a long time to do that. Practice the 3 of these. Remember, if I were you, I would cancel first. Cancel when you're multiplying. Here we go. Pause the video and work them out, play it back. So 4 times 2 plus 1 is 9 over 2 negative. Negative 2 over 9. Notice you get, if you multiply, you get 18 over 18, you get a 1. Notice if you cancel here, you get 9 to 9 goes 1, 9 into negative 9 goes negative 1. 2 into 2 goes once, 2 into negative 2 goes negative 1. So you get negative 1 times negative 1, which is 1. 1 over 1 is 1. Canceling is the way to go. Makes it easier. 12 over 1, make sure. And you cancel if you want. 4 into 8 goes 2. 4 into 12 goes 3. So that gives you negative 15 over 2. Divide that and you get 7 and 1/2. 2 into 15 goes 7, 1 left over. Negative 15 over 2, but a mixed numeral is negative 7.5. Now if you want to multiply this, you get a negative 60 over 8. And break it down, that's a negative 30 over 4. Break it down, negative 15 over 2. So you multiply it to get 60 and an 8. Now you got to divide by 2 and divide by 2 to break it down. So why not, again, cancel. Cancel when you're multiplying fractions. Number 3, I have a negative 8 over 13. That's okay. And I have to change my mixed numeral to an improper fraction. 12 plus 1 is 13 over 6. And again, you can see the cancellation here. Watch. 13 to 13 goes 1. 2 into 6 goes 3. 2 into negative 8 goes negative 4. Multiply. I get a negative 4 over 1 times 3 is 3. 3 into 4 goes once and 1 left over, and is negative. And if you want to multiply it out, well, be my guest and break it down to see will you get a negative 4 over 3 as a test. Number 4, it's already no mixed numerals, so I don't have to change them. And I'm going to cancel. I'm a believer in canceling. 5 into that goes, 5 into negative 10 goes negative 2. 5 into 25 goes 5. 4 into 4 goes once. 4 into negative 8 goes negative 2. So what do I get? I get a 4 over 5. Negative times negative is positive. Again, if you want to multiply it out, go ahead and multiply it out and reduce it down to see will you get 4/5. Good exercise. You can try it. You can work it out. Sometimes when fractions or rational numbers are multiplied, you can cancel first anywhere from top to bottom. So what I'm doing is I'm making it faster. So I'm going to do all of these with cancellation. I'm not going to multiply numerators and multiply the numbers. I'm going to cancel. Here we go. If you cancel, it makes it easier. So can I cancel? 4 into 4 goes once. 4 into 4 goes once. I get a negative 3 over 5. Change. That's a 8. 4 times 2 plus 1 is 9 over 2, and it's negative, times negative 1 over 13. And that's 9 over 26. Sometimes it'll cancel, sometimes they won't. Not every time they'll cancel. For multiplying fractions, can I cancel? 3 into 3 goes once, 3 into 15 goes 5. 5 into 5 goes once, 5 into 10 goes 2. Notice I canceled the 3 into 15, got a 5, but you can cancel anywhere from top to bottom. You can cancel from here to here, or from here to here, or from here to here. Anywhere, but you have to be multiplying, not adding, not subtracting, not dividing. You have to be multiplying fractions to cancel anywhere from top to bottom. So I have that done. So I get 2 times 1 is 2, 1 times 7 is 7. There's 6 here to work out. Work them out, pause the video, work them out, and come back to see if you're right. Here I go. Cancel. 5 into 5 is once. 5 into negative 5 is negative 1. 4 into negative 4 is negative 1. 4 into 8 goes 2. That gives me negative 1 times negative 1 is 1 over 2. Change. 1 times 9 plus 2 is 11 over 9 negative times 6 over 11. I'm going to cancel. Because I'm multiplying, I can cancel top to bottom. 11 into 11 once. 11 into negative 11 is negative 1. 3 into 6 goes 2. 3 into 9 goes 3. So there's a negative 2 over 3. 2 times 10 plus 1 is 21 over 10, negative. 3 times 3 plus 1 is 10 over 3, negative. Cancel. 3 into 3 goes once. 3 into negative 21 was negative 7. 10 into 10 goes once. 10 into negative 10 goes negative 1. Multiply. Negative times negative positive. 7 over 1, which is just 7. And 15 goes over 1. So cancel. 5 into 5 goes once. 5 into 15 goes 3. I got a negative 6 on top, 1 on the bottom. So that's the same as negative 6. And negative 6 over 8 times 1 times 7 plus 1 is 8 over 7, negative. And I can cancel my 8s. 8 goes in 8 once, negative 1. So that gives me negative times negative is a positive, 6 over 7. And number 6, 18 plus 5 is 23 over 6, negative, times 4 over 23. 23 goes once, 23 goes negative 1. 2 goes into 4, 2. 2 goes into 6, 3. Multiply negative 2 over 3. And notice when multiplying rational numbers, cancel first. Canceling first will make the problem easier. As demonstrated, look at the big numbers. Imagine you had to multiply 30 by 21, 14 by 60, and then break it down. What big numbers you have. So it's better to break them down first. Let's go. 30 into goes negative 1. 30 into 60 goes 2. 30 into negative 30 goes negative 1. Done. 7 into 14 goes 2. 7 into 21 goes 3. Now I can't cancel. Nowhere else. So that's negative 3 on top, 4 on the bottom. Canceling. Most important. And if you like my video, click on my like button, subscribe button, notification bell, and write a comment on my video if you wish. And visit my math website, mathfullyexplained.com, www. Information there about, there's a section on me, degrees and teaching experience. There's a section on the videos telling you what strategies they're going to use in teaching. And there's a section on content, tells you what topics I have, how many videos I have for each topic. And the black font is what videos are online right now. And the red font is what I'll have there in the near future. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.